6. It's the final round of Swiss in the Format Library Championship 1. My record is 4-1. I got paired down against Fireboy. He's 3-2. So I'm a little nervous about whether if I lose this match, my tiebreakers are going to plummet. Right now, my tiebreakers are the highest of any X and 2. So I was feeling good before I got paired. So I'll just have to try my best to win. Start off pretty well, opening pot, going second. I had seen him playing a match earlier, so I actually know that he's on KS Turbo, which is why I think I decided to set Magical Merchant and Dust Tornado. But in hindsight, I kind of wish I summoned DD Warrior Lady and attacked to clear the flip effect monster. So he flips Merchant, and Merchant leads right into Duo. Which he activates. So he hits Air Knight, which would have been my top discard. And I think of this hand, the least useful card is probably Dust Tornado. Yeah, I have a Dust Tornado set already. I just lost an Air Knight. I have another Breaker in hand. And yeah, he has happens to have Sook, so he starts the game with a Sook lock. This is exactly why you usually do not want to set a monster across from an opponent's set. So I wish I just attacked with DD Warrior Lady. I'd be in a much better position. Now I'm going to have to do that exact same play anyway, but I just let my opponent get a free +1 for like no reason really. So I'll summon DD and attack. Frustrating. Not so much the snatch, but more the Dekoichi just giving him a light and a dark so quickly. So I decide to set Scapegoat there, mainly to catch a card like MST or Breaker if he is thinking he wants to snatch steal. So I'd rather sort of protect my Dust Tornado from spell and trap removal by setting the additional Scapegoat. I think that to him, the second spell and trap looks like the Dust / MSD. Okay, so he has Tribe and Night Assailant. Okay. So his graveyard is just set up very well. His Tribe is basically killing DD Warrior Lady for free. So it's probably going to attack directly as his next move. And I'm not gonna play Scapegoat in response to this attack. It's still early. I don't have Metamorphosis. I'd rather not put something on the field that Tribe can clear. Okay, that doesn't make any sense. He held Heavy Storm. There's absolutely no reason to do that. Let's see if he clears the tokens or decides to attack them. He's going to attack them one by one. I don't think that's a great move. I think he should just discard the Dokochi here. Meta is not something he wants to see. So he ends without setting any spells and traps, indicating a very monster-heavy hand. So he has Snatch and a bunch of monsters. Snatch, Dokochi, Tsukuyomi. Probably has a chaos monster. This is a little tricky. I could summon Breaker here, but it's just going to get snatched. I think I'd rather set Merchant. He's already indicated that he doesn't really want to discard a card to destroy the scapegoat tokens. So if he tops another Night Assailant or Serpent, he will kill them for free, but otherwise I am not expecting him to kill all the tokens. So I'll just sort of wait it out. The tokens aren't that valuable to me anyway. I don't know. Maybe I should have played Breaker. That would just be committing a dark to the field. I'd really like to see him set a spell trap behind Tribe before I play Breaker, though. So I'm kind of holding out for extra value. He plays a little bit slow, so let's skip ahead. Okay, he summons Sangan. Still not understanding why he's holding that Dakochi in hand. I think it's a good discard here. Yeah, so his tribe attacks Merchant. Merchant gets a book. If I were him, I would be discarding Dakochi to nuke Sangan to get Serpent, and then discard Serpent, or Night Assailant, and do the Night Assailant loop. That's pretty good too. So yeah, I felt like now is a good chance to try to do the book. Sorry, to try to do Breaker, but it runs straight into book. Looks like something he top decked, I guess. So now that Heavy Storm is gone, I'm deciding to just commit a lot of cards to the field. I think his hand is all monsters anyway, so I don't think I'm going to activate this Heavy Storm anytime soon. So I'd rather just turtle up. Tribe attacks Breaker, Sangan attacks a token. Yeah. Now he sets a monster. It looks like it's probably Dakochi, because he also set a spell and trap, which it looks like he top decked. So his hand is Snatch Sook, Monster. Pretty good chance that one of those monsters is a Chaos Sorcerer, I think. Yeah, and this is why he should have cleared the tokens way earlier, in my opinion. Now I just draw meta, and that's a good opportunity to play meta. My BLS is also live. So I have a slight problem with regard to this whole situation. I know he has Tsukuyomi, I know he has Tribe. If I bring out BLS here, it's pretty much gonna get hit by a Tribe, I think, unless I use BLS to banish Tribe. If I don't use BLS to banish Tribe, he's gonna flip to Kochi. But I'm thinking to myself, I want to bring out BLS here, backed up by one Book of Moon, to hopefully stop a Chaos Sorcerer. Backed up by Call of the Haunted. If I work through a trap, I can either call back BLS or Air Knight. So I feel pretty decent about my position. I sort of wish I hadn't committed these spells and traps to the field already, because he just topped another consecutive spell trap. Oh, I also have to deal with his Snatch Steal, so I think my book is actually going to have to thwart Snatch Steal. So in this situation, I'm thinking I just want to make a big play. I bring out meta. I play meta for the set monster here, I think. Actually, it's probably better to take Tribe. Because the Tribe is non-chaos type, I'd rather banish the set monster. And that gives TR some attack points. I was just thinking, meta's not the best card here, but it's my last token. So it's probably my last opportunity to play meta. Okay. So I was gonna bring out BLS. At this point, the game froze. I didn't see that torrential yet, so let's move to the next replay. Yeah, and I think somehow we're both still at 8,000 actually. So he plays torrential. He forgot to put Tribe in his bring it out onto his field or his graveyard. Okay, this guy hasn't recreated yet. Sorry, I thought he did because of the torrential. Yeah, that looks right. He's gonna search for Sangan. He's quite a slow player. He grabs Magician of Faith, which I think is a little ridiculous. So rather than, I don't know, it's debatable here. I could call back Air Knight and swing, go for, the infinite +1 generation, but he does have Snatch Steal. Booking Air Knight is not the best response to Snatch Steal. Oh yeah, he did take 1,000. He's like forgetting to take that off from Delinquent Duo. Kind of annoying. You'll see later this comes up again. Okay, this guy is just like not getting it. Just play. Yeah, predictably sets Magician of Faith. Here, I think to play around Dust Tornado or MSC, I'm going to end phase call BLS. Even if he dusts on my turn, I can book the BLS. So use BLS to banish Magician of Faith. And here, I think we'll just end the turn. Maybe put... No, BLS is fine in attack mode here. Hope that his only out right now is Snatch Steal and he doesn't have a follow-up to my Book of Moon. There's the Snatch, I'll book. Quite slow. Okay, and now I got a good opportunity to heavy. Eventually it came up. I guess he doesn't know Goat Rollings. He's trying to ring BLS. He keeps topping traps, which is kind of annoying. I can't get +1s out of him. He calls Sangan. So his hand is, I don't think I have any info about his hand. The Faith is gone, the Dokoichi's gone, the Snatch is gone. I kind of expect him to have a Chaos Monster by now. Man, this guy is pretty slow. He searches for another Magician of Faith. I decided to flip BLS up just to attack. Could be a mistake considering there's a Chaos Sorcerer in play. I'm clearly trying to press my advantage, but I don't know if I really have. Sorry, I'm trying to like press for damage, but I don't really know if I'm in a good enough position to do that right here. Yeah, this is the first chance he's had to Chaos Sorcerer my BLS too, so I think flipping this up is a misplay. I don't think he has any particular monster he can bring out to attack the BLS and flip it up. I know he has a flip effect, a Tsukuyomi. Neither of those you really want to summon to flip up BLS. Yeah, so I think mistake there, flipping up BLS just to do 3,000. It was not needed at all. I'd be in such a better position if I could keep the BLS down and then set Morphing Jar and play knock on the Magician of Faith. He still wouldn't be bringing out Sorcerer. Well, I guess by then I would want to flip up BLS to get the Faith and then set knock. So knock hits Faith. That's okay as long as he doesn't have knock, which I don't think he's used yet this game for this Morphing Jar. Debatable whether I should set the jar or the serpent there. Okay, he had knock set. That's unfortunate. I don't know, I thought serpent was pretty valuable to protect as well. It can soak up attacks. It can. I have 2 meta left. I have tribe left, and I have graceful left. So I thought the serpent was pretty valuable. If the jar was going to work, the jar would work. I think that was appropriate. So he just summons Breaker to do extra damage. He needs a counter. Very, very slow. So that's maybe the worst possible top, Sakuretsu. Things aren't looking good here. Yeah, it was really that sorcerer that killed me. I don't know when he drew this breaker, but I should have taken the chance with BLS not to go for the damage game, but to go for the advantage game. The torrential was rather annoying too. At the time it was set with 3 monsters on his field. So he just wins. Keeps stopping strong monsters. Frustrating game. I think I probably misplayed maybe twice. The first turn not summoning DD Warrior Liddy to attack Merchant, and then mid-game flipping up BLS just to do 3,000 damage. Forgetting to continue to play around Chaos Sorcerer, which I hadn't given him an opportunity to actually do. The first turn he would have played Chaos Sorcerer was the turn that he played Snatch and I booked, so he couldn't play Chaos Sorcerer after that book anyway. Alright, so I'm going to side 3 Trap Death Shoot. I know he's playing Chaos Turbo. I did not see Goat or Meta, although I did see a Merchant. So I do think it's a good chance to bring in Creature Swap for the Book of Moon. So 2 Book of Moon out, 2 Creature Swap in, 2 Sakuretsu and Mirror Force out, 3 Dust Shoot in. He's playing 41, which is strange. So my hand looks pretty strong. I'll open with Merchant back to my nothing. Okay. Yeah, he plays Chaos Turbo, right? So, like, what is he gonna summon to attack? I guess he does play Azura. I could have set Ring. I don't know, just didn't feel like it. Odds are he's just gonna pass or set a monster across from this. Yeah, that's what Chaos Turbo does, and that's why it's such a weak deck. When Chaos Turbo gets behind on the summon, the only way it can catch up is with Sorcerer. So you just keep setting monsters that you just keep pulling ahead. Okay. So I draw Storm. So I can try to go like Storm into Air Knight here. Ooh, there's Graceful too. I can also just try to go for Air Knight now without playing Storm. He plays a lot of like books and stuff, and he doesn't play very many monsters that are strong enough to get over Air Knight. I have a Prima too. Okay, I'll go for Storm. Not really caring about Ring of Destruction. If he rings my Merchant, I'll just play Graceful and dump Air Knight and Prima it back. There was a book. Yeah, so I think now it's a good time to Air Knight. Just Air Knight and attack. Ooh, very aggressive with Graceful Charity. Oh, I'm kind of feeling like I want to get Knock right now. Yeah, that's what I was digging for with Charity. Since he played Thunder turn 1, if this is a Dark monster, I really would like to play Knock before I bring out Air Knight. That way, Sorcerer is not going to just drop next turn and banish Air Knight and even it out. Okay, he didn't set a Dark, but still a good 1-for-1. So this game is setting up pretty well so far. I'll back up this Air Knight with Ring. There's pretty much no reason not to. A little sad that I didn't get Dust Tornado off the Air Knight. Off the Graceful. So yeah, we'll back it up with Ring and End. If he has Snatch, it's a little sad. I'll probably have to ring it. And go -1 to the Snatch. But right now, him with 2 Thunder in hand, I'm up pretty high on advantage, especially real card advantage. Okay, he has Tribe plus Serpent. That's pretty lucky for him. Good out to Air Knight. I'll have to kill the Tribe for free with either of my Spirit monsters. Tribe swings. I'm not going to play Ring on that Tribe. No reason. He sets a Spell Trap. 2 Spell Traps and ends. Those don't look very real to me. Maybe one's a book, but I think he was holding those early, where he set a book behind Merchant to start, and he's got 2 Thunder in hand. So that's good hand info. I know he doesn't have Chaos. He doesn't have a Dark either. Yeah, I think it's a fairly decent time to get aggressive with Air Knight here. Okay, Premature draws out the MST. That other card looks like a true bluff. I think the appropriate play is going to be to summon Azura and take a swing at Tribe. Oh, okay, I'm going to go for Snatch on Tribe. It's very aggressive. Swing, try to prompt something. Main phase 2, Sook it down. It's a good plus. He has 2 Thunders in hand, Serpent down. Serpent in Grave, rather. I don't know, could have saved Snatch for a Chaos Monster, but it doesn't look like it's coming anytime soon. Probably should have saved Snatch. I think that was too aggressive. I don't like that play. I was not in a desperate situation there at all. And if I was going to play Snatch, Snatch would be the first card to play to draw out MST so I could Premature Air Knight. I think here the play is to... Oh, no. Okay, not summoning Sangan for fear of a Dark monster. Now we'll set Sangan main phase 2. Setting book. Setting book's fine. I already used Storm. And I'm not expecting him to have Heavy Storm set. His hand is Serpent, 2 Thunder, 1 Mystery card. Previous turn he set Serpent. It's probably what he set right here. There's a creature swap. Not a good turn to use it. It It would be very aggressive. It would, well, one nice thing about playing creature swap here is, yes, he probably set Serpent, but if he did, and I take it, then the Serpent is no longer going to be in his graveyard until he clears it. Okay, bringing out Sook prompted a Torrential Tribute. I'm okay with that. The tribe wasn't really a full card. It's pretty weak. So I will search for Faith, and that'll be my next play. Could also go for Azura here, and Azura and swap. Actually, I think that's pretty decent because the Faith would be behind on the summon. He still has no dark. Yeah, I think that's fine. I can see from the graphic that it's just Serpent, though. That's not the best. I was going to go for that play a turn before when he torrentialed. So he appears not to be topping any flip effect monster. I imagine if he had been, that would have been the turn to set it after Torrential was gone. No longer really playing massive defense. He's still stuck. He has 2 Thunder and no Darks in graveyard. So this is like now or never for him to set the flip effect monster. And I don't even know how many he actually plays. He's playing weird things in a turbo deck like Merchant. Premier for what, I wonder? Probably Thunder? Doesn't seem like a very good play. Yeah, playing Prima in a Thunder Dragon Chaos Turbo deck is sometimes kind of very bricky. So this is suggesting he's in a situation where he's straight up bricking. Ring on the Tribe there seems fine to protect his Serpent from going back to his graveyard. Also doing a significant chunk of damage, getting him down to 2100. So he does have a flip, it appears, that he topped. Lucky for me, I topped Nobleman, second one of the game. 2 in the first 19 is pretty solid. So I'll play Nobleman and definitely set Faith here, and looks like I'm going to cruise to victory after that play. There's the Faith. I was expecting that the previous turn. Set Faith and, yeah, definitely set Faith and, okay. Yeah, swinging for 300 is pretty smart, I think, considering I have book. 300 puts him down to 18, which means Aranite is lethal. So, yeah, that extra 300 was important. Wow, random ceasefire tech, doing 1,000 damage to me. I'll have to be careful of that in the next game. Noting to play around that when I consider life points and outs that he has. Usually you don't consider ceasefire. Okay, so summon Azura here and attack with Azura and Serpent, I think, is the play. It's just game. He had no follow-up. He probably has a total brick for a hand. 2 Thunder, probably a Chaos or 2. Okay, so siding there worked out well. I did not see a dust shoot, which is insane, in my top 30. It was live pretty much all game. He had 4 cards in hand due to the Thunder Dragons. He's just quite a slow player. I'm pretty annoyed by this point. We're approaching the time limit too. He starts with turn 1 duo. Hits my Azura. My hand is Merchant, Storm, Knock, Dust Shoot. I'm going to discard Storm there, yeah. I'd rather keep Flip Effect plus Knock plus Dust Shoot. It's debatable. I could have discarded Dust Shoot, but I feel like it's really strong against his deck. Stronger than Storm. He responds by setting 1 spell trap. Okay, let's go. End your turn. Thank you. Okay, so he draws turn 1 duo and Dust Shoot. Supremely lucky for him. I'm not playing Thunder Chaos, that he is in a position to opening game Dust Shoot me. He also did that wrong. You should almost always play Dust Shoot before you play duo. Because Dust Shoot plays around the Serpent, and then you duo for like a guaranteed +1 with duo. So he Dust Shoots and he decides to send back Merchant. It's fine. I'll just set my hand and set Morphing Jar. Hope that he has an all monster hand, because he didn't set another card next to Dust Shoot or in front of it. And now we will play Dust Shoot in his draw phase. Like, no reason not to. Oh, main phase, okay. Yeah, dude, click the phase buttons, please. And put this card back in your hand. Okay. Maybe I was actually waiting for him to make a move before I activated Dust Shoot to kind of like mess with him. Like, there's a chance if he cannot clear my Morphing Jar and I wait on the Dust Shoot, then okay, he has Storm, Knock, Return. At this point, I think the game froze because he says Knock, and I'm like, okay, your Knock didn't go through. It didn't actually freeze though. I'm just like, okay, we need to hurry up. You're playing really slow. Let's recreate. I cannot believe we're recreating right now. He was saying Knock because I had Knock set. It really kind of absurd, I think. Just really strange. So here's the next replay. And, okay, the first card he set there, remember he had Storm, Knock, Return. That first card's Return, for sure. He's kind of, seems like a very new player. It's going to be, I'd expect a lot of level 1 moves. So the level 1 move there is setting a trap next to your second card. At this point, he's like doing some kind of combination of playing around Dust Shoot / Morphing Jar. He should set his entire hand here. Oh, and once again, he forgets to take off 1,000 for duo when we recreate. This will actually matter a lot later, and I don't notice this either. So he set Knock, Storm, Return, and a card I don't know, which I would presume is like the realist trap here. So I top a Merchant, decide to set it and pass. Yeah, I think not flipping Jar there is the correct play. because I'm not discarding any of his cards anyway. Okay, that's a pretty nice top deck for him. He tops Breaker. He's going to break... Okay, let's go. He's going to break Knock. It doesn't matter when. He attacks Morphing Jar, which, thank you. Thank you for doing that. It would have been much worse if he attacked the Merchant. Okay, come on. Break main phase 2. Trying to double summon. Flips Knock. I drew a good hand off of Jar. He doesn't discard Merchant from... Sorry, banish Merchant from his deck, suggesting he has one in hand. So I know his sets are Storm and Storm Return Mystery card. So what I want to do here is wait on Breaker, use Dust to hit the Mystery card, and then bring out Breaker when he has Storm and Return set. Run over his Breaker, main phase 2, pop Storm or Return. Yeah, so here I set Dust Shoot, go Dust. The Dust is something I want to play on his middle card. However, if he just flips Storm, I have 2 cards I can chain. So I'm sort of tempting him to flip the Storm. Lots of fast forwarding here. So he doesn't flip Storm, doesn't fall for it, summons Sangan and attacks direct. I'm just going to take the damage here instead of playing Scapegoat. Not a position I want to be scapegoating in. Not seeing meta yet against 2 floaters. So yeah, I'll end the turn definitely hitting the middle card so I can bring out Breaker. It's Ceasefire. That's obnoxious, another extra 1,000 damage. But we're going to go for a big advantage play here. I'm going to summon Breaker, swing right through. Yeah, this is the mistake of telling me what your spells and traps are. He kind of had to set them all anyway. Yeah, this Breaker attack goes through. I know he has no card down. Main phase 2, I'm going for Storm. Remember, I noted that the first card he set, like before really thinking, I think is the trap from his hand, so I think that set is Return. So that's how I read that one is Storm. So I was right, I hit it. Really good position for me. Set another Dust, I think. Could think about setting Torrential. Seems somewhat excessive, but yeah, I think it's good. So I will set 4. No longer playing around Storm. I don't have to set 5 to play around Delinquent Duo, because his Duo's gone too. Should be 1,000 lower. Yeah, if he plays like Sook or something here, something to get rid of the Breaker, I might want a Torrent. I feel like I'm in a very strong spot where it's going to be hard for him to break what I'm doing. I'm going to hold off on Dust Shoot here, either until he activates Charity, Card Destruction, or triggers Sangan. Tries to play Snatch on my Breaker. I think I will Dust. That reeks of desperation. Not sure what he would do. He'd probably summon Sook, actually. Maybe I should have let him taken it and then hit him with Torrential. But I also just didn't want to take the damage there. The time limit's actually approaching, and my life points are quite low. So I'm trying to play fast and aggressive now. He just set 2 spells and traps, which is a little unfortunate. So now this dust shoot is becoming progressively less live. So attacking with Breaker into Sangan there. He has no light monster. I think at the start of his next turn, I'm going to flip dust shoot. Probably in his I'll do it in his main phase 1 in case he has like Raigeki Break or Phoenix Wing Blast, PWWB. To play around him doing that in the standby and then retrieving Serpent. Setting MSC there is fine. I think there's not much reason not to. Oh, okay, I'm not being patient at all. Dust shoot, sending Serpent back. Oh, I didn't. That's unfortunate. I didn't write in the chat what his hand was, but I know his hand. Suku flops out, and I Tarantula Breaker. Yeah, that Suku was quite predictable when he snatched. Since I know he doesn't play any tributes aside from Thunder Dragon, and he didn't reveal a Thunder Dragon yet, I probably should have just let him take the Breaker with Snatch and triggered Torrential. That would save me 1 MST there. So I did decide to bring out Tribe there and try to go for some damage, knowing that his hand is a brick and that I need to do life point damage to get him below my life points, so I don't lose to him in time. Plays Prima for, I don't care, it's probably Sangan, but I'm just going to MSC. Draw meta, the meta's dead, I'll just pass. Here in the end phase, I don't need to go because I have Knock set. So I think the play is going to be summon DD Warrior Lady and play Knock. Dark monster that he runs 1 of, 2 of? 2 of. DD connects. No idea what his set cards are. Maybe there's a Torrential actually. Oh, he has return set still. That return has been there all game. Kaiku hits DD. I have no idea why he would side in Kaiku against me. That's a terrible side deck. Kind of unfortunate that he hits a DD. He banishes Azura and Breaker. I'd much rather summon Suku and Plus over the Kaiku. Little sad I didn't get the chance to do that. So my graveyard is now an earth and a water monster. I top Snatch. I'm just going to have to wait on that. Here I think I'll have to end phase Goat meta. Can't afford him to have a Faith set there. I don't know where the hell my Magician of Faith are. I really need it back right now to get back Heavy Storm. Meta for Thousand Eyes, take the face down. That prompts a Torrential. So his set was Faith, so his Chaos is now live if he has it. Remember, I do have to kind of play around return. He's got some serious damage that he can do with return, so I'll definitely have to play Goat there. He tops another monster he can set. Set Serpent there to soak up some damage. Ooh, it hits Night Assailant. I think I was actually reading that his set could be Night Assailant there. Because it wasn't a Koichi, it's not Merchant, so it's either the One Faith or a Night Assailant. So I'll take the 200. Nice plus off the Night Assailant there. Now he tries to play Return. Loses half his life points. He's now behind me in life points, which is good. Because I think this is the turn that time gets called. Tries to go for game. I obviously goat. He'll kill all but one goat. He'll book his Daikoichis, or one Daikoichi and one Kaiku. Definitely a mistake not to book the other. Either book the other Daikoichi or just hold book. Just set book behind Knight Assailant. I think that's a big misplay. He would have a much stronger field. I wasn't sure on that ruling. Apparently they stay after you book them. Found that kind of hard to believe. Oh no, this isn't the turn that time gets called yet. So I try to snatch the Knight Assailant. Misclick. We'll definitely flip it down with Sukin up. We'll play around Mirror Force first. We'll try to attack the Kaiku with Tsukuyomi. Main phase 2 will activate Knight Assailant to hit the set Daikoichi. So he just spends his last 2 cards there to Raigeki break my Tsukuyomi. That's a good outcome for me. Now I really want to keep him off of another card, so I flip the Knight Assailant to hit the Daikoichi. Probably actually a bad move. Probably should have kept the Knight Assailant down, because this Kaiku can then banish my tribe. And crucially do the damage that will get me below him once again in life points. So I think that was a misplay. I should have just let him see another card and use Knight Assailant to kill the Kaiku. So he's not banished. He set a guard and ended his turn. Okay, he decides to banish. And at that turn, time was called, so this is my first turn. I'll get another turn. So I draw Graceful. And I'm thinking whether I want to play Graceful first, or do I want to call back Tribe first and try to swing. So I'm looking at my graveyard. All my spell and trap removal is gone. Looking at his graveyard, he's used a lot of traps. He has Ring and Mirror Force left. Maybe another Saku. He might have Call left. So I'm kind of thinking to myself, I'm either going to play Graceful this turn or next turn, and I'm either going to play Call for Tribe this turn or next turn. So which one would I rather do it? There's a good argument to be made that I should still Graceful here, get 2 cards, and play Tribe anyway. What I decide to do is to simply call back Tribe here. Pop off the Kaiku. Hold the Graceful for next turn. Try to swing. He did top a Mirror Force. Yeah, and here I will pass. Oh no, I'll play Charity in main phase 2. Played Charity in main phase 2, hoping to get one of my 2 Magician of Faith that are left in deck. Somehow I'm not able to. It's quite upsetting. I draw maybe the worst 3 cards I can draw for this situation. Air Knight, Creature Swap, Creature Swap. I mean, Creature Swap is great if this had not been a turn where I'm down in time. Because it would be super live with Serpent and Scapegoat. Now I have to do 100 more damage than my Serpent can do in battle. It's going to be hard. He sets a spell trap that looks like either Call the Haunted or a bluff. I top another horrible top deck for this situation, Delinquent Duo. So I'm going to lose. I lost this game on time. However, note that he ends up winning by 100 life points, and he never took the Delinquent Duo damage. So really, I should have won this game on time. So I lost to his own sloppy recreation, and me not noticing it. All these bad top decks. Really wanted the Faith off the Graceful. Zangan would have been good too. Prima would have been game as well. Yeah, so I just didn't draw the out when I needed it in time. That was definitely my game to win. I was gonna win that game had it not been for time. Also, sure he could have topped BLS, but he didn't have a light yet, so I was gonna win before he topped the BLS. I think, um, especially given that I had Air Knight. If we weren't in time, I wouldn't have played Graceful that turn. Yeah, so just unfortunate loss. Game I shouldn't have actually lost. So I'm a little salty about watching this replay and seeing that he didn't take off the 1,000. So we'll see what my tiebreakers are. That's the end of Swiss. It went 4-2.